This video will show you how you can use the online class summary form to organize your online phonetic transcription. The summary will assist you in prioritizing target sounds for your client sessions. It can be used for individuals or groups. To locate the online class summary form, go to the home page, Compton P-ESL online.com, and click on Reports and Tools. Then click on Class Summary Form. Then log in with your authorized username and password. To select and create a group, you'll select the client's names by holding down the Control key on your keyboard and clicking to highlight. Remember that a maximum of 5 is recommended in a group. It can be less than that, but no more than 5. And then select the session, which typically is time 1, and log in. The top section of the screen will display all of the transcribed errors that you entered for each of the clients you've selected for this group. Out of those errors, the program identifies the 18 most frequently mispronounced sounds made while your client was saying the 66 stimulus response words, both at the word and sentence level. It doesn't select 19 sounds because following the Compton method, the 19th target sound, or one of the 19 sounds, is always final consonant clusters. If you hover your mouse over some of the numbers, you'll see a priority rating that becomes visible. When the priority rating is visible, that means the error occurred on a sound tested in one of the 66 stimulus response words or reading passage. When there's no visible priority rating, for example down here, that means that the error occurred in another context, such as during the spontaneous speech task. The next section is the Sounds in Common chart. This program identifies which of your clients in this group share common target sounds. You may want to assign common sounds when possible during your group sessions. And then the last section is a 13-week master plan. This program creates the master plan based on only 2 things. Sounds in common, something you might want to try to do if you have a group, and the number of target sounds per session. The Compton method suggests working on, for example, 1 unique sound the first session, and then during week 2, 3 sounds per client. It doesn't take anything else into account when assigning sounds. That's up to you, the trainer. This is just a suggested plan. It only displays 9 weeks of target sounds because, according to the Compton method, the 10th through the 12th week of the course do not target specific sounds. Instead, the focus is on generalizing acquired sounds to reading aloud and spontaneous speech. Okay, now let me show you how you can use this program for just planning a course for an individual client instead of a group. When you log in, just select the one client's name that you want to create a form for and this session, and log in. And you'll see all of the transcribed errors as noted earlier. The Sounds in Common chart doesn't apply here. You can use the suggested 13-week master plan if you want, but this is typically what I will do. I like to use a Google spreadsheet myself, but you can use any kind of spreadsheet or document. What I do is I copy and paste this section, all the consonants and vowels. Not sure I can show all of it here, but I can show a portion of it just because of the screen capture limitations. I copy that, and then I go to my spreadsheet and I paste it. Now you have to do a little bit of rearranging here, but basically what you want to see is the target sounds in the second column here and the errors over on the left. So my target here, sometimes it doesn't line up just right, so I'm going to cut and paste it. I have to do that a few times here. I just want to give you an idea of how you can rearrange these, and then I'll show you a finished product. Okay, this is an example of how your spreadsheet might look after you've copied and pasted all of the target sounds and the error sounds. And now you can start to organize your sessions. You'll get different opinions from different trainers on what you should work on first. So it's really up to you and knowing your client. I tend to focus on the sounds that I think will make the biggest impact on the client's accent as soon as possible. But then you also want to consider that, especially the first session, you don't want it to be too difficult because they're just starting out and you also have a lot of information to share with them. But here you will see the target sounds and the error sounds over on this side. So for session 1, for example, I chose final voiced consonants. This was an error pattern that my client had, so I chose that for the first session. And I cross it out after I completed the session, and I also color code them just so visually when I look at the outline I can immediately tell which sounds I'm going to target during which week and whether I've completed that or not. And you can also use, again, the number in parentheses over here shows you how many times that error occurred during the testing of the 66 stimulus words in the reading passage. So that also will help you to make a judgment as to what the priority is and when you want to focus on that. The Compton method suggests that you should wait until at least session 3 to start working on vowels, and that may apply to most of your clients, but for some of them it may not. For example, this particular client, I did work on a couple of vowels. I worked on the vowel and a couple of diphthongs during session 2. So you just need to use your judgment. It's a custom course that you individualize for your client. What's nice about the spreadsheet is you don't have to choose which sound you're going to work on in advance if you don't want to. Very often I will just plan one session at a time, and after that session I'll go back to my spreadsheet and I'll look and I'll see, okay, is he ready to move on to another sound? And if so, then I'll go ahead and name that session. Sometimes I've changed my mind if I think I was going to work on certain sounds, session 3, but something else comes up during the week that makes me feel, after listening to that client, that they need to work on something else instead. I can easily change it here. Thank you for watching this video of the overview of the online class or group summary form. If you have any questions, please contact us at info@ComptonPESLonline.com.